Welcome to World of Monsters. I'm Monster Master Arthur, and welcome to Silliest Monsters. Today, we'll be talking about, that's right, you guessed, well, you didn't guess it, you probably saw the thumbnail and the title, but we will be talking about the great, the one and only, the Cookie Monster. So if you're not really acquainted about who or what the Cookie Monster is, let's go over a little bit of a description of what he looks like. Starting with the blue fur. We have the blue fur and then the googly eyes, the big googly eyes, and along with the large size we have the hands. He has big ol' furry hands. And is it hair or fur with the Cookie Monster? I'd probably call it fur. Although it's a monster, hair, fur, fair, or her. Her? He's covered in blue fur. Or he's covered in... Well, anyway, but one more thing about the Cookie Monster is he actually celebrates his birthday on November 2nd. That's right. So if you have a birthday on November 2nd, remember, the Cookie Monster's out there with you. And what does that mean? Well, apparently he's a Scorpio. He's a water sign. Goes well with his blue color. So what is the actual source of the Cookie Monster and what we know of him? Well, as a lot of us know, he was indeed created by Jim Henson, the master of Muppets. And his first appearance on TV was in 1966 for a test, unaired commercial for General Foods for the snack products known as Wheels, Flutes, and Crowns. And the Cookie Monster, not known as the Cookie Monster back then, starred as the Wheel Stealer. So I've been a fan of the Cookie Monster for a long time, and it's an honor and a pleasure to feature him on World of Monsters. So if you're a big fan of him, please let us know down below, and the easiest way to do that, just leave a like and we'll know that you're a fan of the Cookie Monster. Maybe we'll have more of him in the future. So now let us begin by exploring what earns the Cookie Monster the rightful place here on World of Monsters as one of the silliest of all time. And I have to begin by talking about his real name. That's right, he has a real name, and it is Sid. I believe it's spelled S-I-D. But his name is Sid, and I don't know, no offense to anybody named Sid. It's a great, wonderful name. But I just found it sort of funny for the Cookie Monster. I mean, you would figure something like Ralph, something like that, you know, usually you kind of see that with characters like that, kind of this kind of tough, scruffy name. But no, he has the name Sid, and it just felt so weird. The other thing is, he's also aware of his own eyes, his own googly eyes, and his kind of eye problem.
What profession other than your own would you least like to try?
Ophthalmology.
And just eyeball it. I'll mix while you're adding it.
Begin to googly eyeball it.
Yeah, okay, you googly
okay?
eyeball it.
And another thing that makes the Cookie Monster so loved by so many people out there is his adorableness. Yes, the Cookie Monster is very, very adorable.
I'm watching you.
Okay, we're gonna put chocolate chips into the bowl. Raining. What? What over there?
Where? Cookie Monster, are you sneaking chips?
No sneaking chip.
So yeah, how he reacts to things, how he acts, how he moves about, how he talks, how he looks about with those big googly eyes and reacts. And yeah, we all know that people like googly eyes, big eyes. That's why pugs, certain bulldogs, and chihuahuas, people find them cute because of those big eyes. But while the Cookie Monsters just shake about with the rest of his body, it's just even more cute. And then, of course, the big one, his cookie addiction. Of course, that's the #1 thing people will find hilarious about the Cookie Monster is his need and desire for cookies, his insatiable appetite.
That looks good enough to eat.
What you say?
I said that looks good enough to eat.
You right, Chris. It is good enough to eat.
And his favorite cookies are, in fact, chocolate chip cookies.
Cookie Monster! You ate your picture!
Oh!
And another hilarious aspect of the Cookie Monster and this whole character is that he's very aware of this fact that it's a problem. The whole cookie addiction, this is a serious issue. He knows they're not healthy. He knows that he needs to learn to resist. And it's just another, like, another dimension to this character, that he's not just a simple, silly sock puppet, if you will, of a monster that wants to and has to eat these scrumptious little desirable things.
Through Twitter, me do that.
What do you talk about?
Oh, cookies! And pretty much cookies. Sometimes we talk about cookies.
And so the Cookie Monster is known for eating cookies, but we also know that he'll eat just about anything. Fire hydrants, as he mentions, chairs, a variety of other foods, vegetables, as he pronounces, but he won't eat everything.
It's very relevant word around me.
Yes, it is.
So he taught me how to resist the cookie.
And
How to stay calm around the cookie, and we did pretty well.
Can you resist cookies now?
Me trying.
Okay.
It's work in progress.
Okay.
We have lots of strategies that we use to stop me from eating the cookies.
Well, what can you do? And he's actually aware that he can't taste anything because he doesn't have a tongue, so he doesn't have taste buds. And so we move on to the next silly thing about the Cookie Monster, and it has to be the grammar and his pronunciation of words. He has this funny way of saying, he doesn't say doesn't or didn't or don't. Instead, he says not. He never says I. He says me, meself, me. And instead of saying didn't, he says not. They not like it because me didn't do it right. Something like in that frame. It kind of adds to his adorable innocence. And again, as we mentioned in the description of the Cookie Monster, the large hands and the way he just moves about.
Do you like to work out?
We work out. Yeah, me do monster Pilates.
Monster Lattes?
Yeah, monster Lattes. Me do elliptical like this. Me like to get me heart rate up.
I just love that scene. And the other thing that makes him also really interesting and silly in a way is his smartness. Yeah, he's quite smart. And just check out this. He talks about Grouch's issue and how it's a vicious cycle.
But you know what? But he's a grouch, so he no like to be happy. But he likes trash. So we give him trash, and he's happy, but he no like to be happy, but he likes the trash. It's a vicious cycle of emotions.
It is, but I imagine...
Me not want to be him.
Also, just watch how he pays attention to details while he's working with these children.
Nutter butters.
I don't really like peanut butter.
You
I'm
don't
the
like-
same. I just don't like them. Exactly.
Well, you want to just give it a try?
I tried it. Wait a second. That's actually better than I expected. This is
so
good. Jelly.
Wait a minute. We got the breakthrough here. Look at this. Look at this. There she goes. She's going to town on that nutter butter. Oh, that one went down easy. What do you think? Wait a minute, things are happening. Remember the nutter butter incident? Remember the nutter butter incident of 1960?
But even though he has this wisdom and sort of self-awareness, there's still one craving that no Cookie Monster or anyone in his family can resist. Even his father, for instance, he can't lecture him. He can teach him to do many things around the house. And the Cookie Monster learns fast, but not one thing. And that's cookies.
There. Like that, Pop?
Nice work, son. You're gonna have great future as plumber. Son.
What?
What me smell?
Oh, Pop. That unmistakable smell of cookies! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! Oh!
Look, son. Cookies just sitting there with nobody eating them.
Yeah. Aha! Me get you drift, Pop. This a terrible waste of cookies, right?
That's right, son. Only one thing to do.
Hey! What are you guys doing?
Chef
John!
You ate our cookies!
And so that pretty much sums it up. I mean, you just look at Cookie Monster, the first thing he says, the first way he moves around, you already start to have a little bit of a funny, happy feeling inside just looking at him. But there's another side to him, and there's another side to these little videos here. And now we look at the purpose and kind of the Yeah, the purpose, the usefulness of the silly character we talk about. Are they completely silly and useless in the environment, the context that they're presented, or are they not? So obviously, being on Sesame Street, the Cookie Monster is an educational figure as well. He's silly, makes people laugh, but he is pretty smart, and he does educate the children around and the viewers. And he does explain things, and he does go in depth on some things. And the other thing about him is he's actually relatable. Because of this goofiness and certain things that we see and we can relate to, that's why it's funny, because we understand. And through that, we can also see or search within ourselves the Cookie Monster within us all. What are our cravings, uncontrollable desires, our addictions, our guilty habits of junk foods and things like that? Just think about that, and maybe the Cookie Monster can be a nice sort of guide along those lines. And the Cookie Monster is indeed silly. And as I like to describe the word silly, it's not necessarily stupid. I like to compare it with Mr. Bean. If you've seen Mr. Bean, you know that he's not quite stupid. He just does things a little bit differently, a little bit in a childlike or a kiddish way. And that's why we call him silly. Silly doesn't mean stupid, it just means a little strange, a little different, a little goofy. But like Mr. Bean, the Cookie Monster is quite aware of what he's doing. He might do it differently. He'll just question about and figure things out. And that's what makes him particularly silly, not at all foolish. Another purpose of the Cookie Monster is something he's good at. Well, he's a great actor. Just check this out.
Grab 1 cup and add 1 more. Okay, grab 1 cup.
And he's done a part in Harry Potter as well. And finally, we have to give a big thanks and a high praise to the original people that gave the Cookie Monster the life that he is. And that was Frank Oz, and from 2001, who continued to work alongside Frank Oz and onward, Mr. David Rodman.
How are you guys?
Hello.
You weren't supposed to see that. Just forget what you saw, try to unsee what you just saw. We just ran the wrong clip. Mr. David Rodman. You should never have to see the Cookie Monster exposed like that. And now a final segment before we finish up on this video. I would like to show you some of my favorite little clips of the Cookie Monster.
Nom 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 oh nom 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 nom.
You look like Wolf Blitzer in the CNN cafeteria just now.
We'd like to have some lunch with this Wolf Blitzer guy. He sounds like me kind of guy. Okay, what you point?
Well, you can show everyone what resist means by not eating this cookie.
Why me pick today to help with word? Oh, okay. In name of vocabulary, me stop myself and me resist the cookie.
Splendid.
Keep it up.
Ear touch. The
ear touch.
Ear touch. Something important is coming in.
You do the 1 finger or the 2 finger touch.
You can go. Well, 2 finger is something very serious about to be happening.
So
for 2 finger.
1
finger.
But then 2 if you need it.
2 if I'm struggling to hear
Whoa,
you.
Me no believe it.
Exactly.
Oh, that's what you believe. Ooh, that's what I believe. Ooh. You know what? I don't need this. Okay, I'm out of here.
Al, me losing Al.
Al. Wow, he really stormed out of there.
Ah,
Do you get it? Because of...
No, quit your day job. Stick with the news.
Yeah, but okay.
It's okay.
No, it's okay. I don't think it is okay.
No, it's fine. You're going to be fine.
Because you get it, though.
Me get it.
Right.
But me no think it really quite work in this setting.
Well, it works. I mean,
maybe on a different show.
Well, fundamentally, structurally it works. It's
yeah, structurally it works.
There's a storm and a weather front.
Weatherman.
It crosses over.
But me think it just not quite get there.
It's subjective.
Hear the line, hear the joke.
Right.
Not quite get there.
I'm not sure about that. I think there's a line and the joke. I think it's true.
Me think it pushed that way.
No, I think it's...
No, wait a minute. We onto sports already.
I feel
you can drop it.
Why? I feel I'm
It was a good try. We appreciate the effort.
Well, that's passive aggressive.
Well, boys and girls, if you do indeed enjoy, and even more after seeing this, enjoy and love the Cookie Monster and see why he's one of the all-time, I would say, one of the all-time greatest, silliest monsters of all time, then please, boys and girls, raise your hands and let me know. Well, you can't raise your hands, so give me a thumb up. But you can't do that online. So click the button that makes it looks like a thumb up, and let me know that you do love the Cookie Monster. And, well, check out our other silliest monster videos here at World of Monsters. We also have many other playlists of monsters. That's all we do here is monsters, but of movies of legend all over the place. Go to our homepage, check out our playlist there, check out our milestones. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, sometimes even on Snapchat. So, until next time, you've been watching Silliest Monsters of All Time, here only at World of Monsters.
Yeah.
I don't know if the...
In that newsroom gesture,
do you know what?
onto sports.
I think onto anything.
Like it.
I think onto anything that works. That's right. It doesn't just need to be sports.
No, it could be anything.
Okay, and on to more terrible news about the wealth gap.